Now, there's a note, a historical note that's written. Now it's going out of Wooden Leg's voice, and it's going into Dr. Marquis, the translator, and he's going to put a little note here, and I'm going to read it back to the book. In December 1875, pursuant to our governmental policy, General Sherman, then Commander-in-Chief of the United States Army, issued an important general order. He proclaimed that all Indians found off the reservations after the last day of January 1876 would be regarded as hostiles to be fought by military forces. It being evident that not many of the Dakota roamers in Montana would return to reservations until they were forced to do so, bodies of soldiers were set in motion for seeking out and driving these wanderers back within their assigned territorial bounds. The active military field leaders in this campaign were Brigadier General Terry, Brigadier General Crook, Colonel Gibbon, and Lieutenant Colonel Custer. Each of these four officers had been brevetted Major General of Volunteers during the Civil War. And what that brevetted means that it's like you get a temporary promotion to fill a billet, but you're not getting paid for it. And then after it, you get put back. But the contracting of the Army after the war set each of them back to a lower ranking. Terry had infantry from Fort Rice and Custer's 7th Cavalry from Fort Lincoln, Dakota. Crook had a force of cavalry and infantry at Fort Fetterman, Wyoming. Gibbon had infantry from Fort Shaw and cavalry from Fort Ellis, Montana. From there, 3 basic points in Dakota, in Wyoming, and Montana, the 3 bodies of soldiers moved towards a common central area between the Powder and Bighorn rivers in Montana, where the Indians being sought were roaming. The details of these military movements are too extensive for review here. The most thrilling phase of the campaign began when Custer and his 7th Cavalry set off up Rosebud Valley to follow a recent Indian trail. The result of this subsidiary proceeding was the supreme tragedy in the annals of our American frontier warfare. And of course, that was the battle at Little Bighorn.